My Darling, an original audio series. Produced by Povey's Original. Copyright 2024 Povey's Original. Voiced by Andrew Morrison. Part 1.
No, bloody mosquito. Watch your step, Ollie. You'd better be. Any minute you'll be stepping on a mine, and that'll be the end of your little angel face. You're welcome, son. Christ. We may have been prepared for the conditions here, but I never expected it to be so humid. Yes, that too. I never thought I'd see a wild boar up this close. If those Japanese don't kill us, I bet those beasts won't hesitate to attack us in the middle of the night, mate. Hey, careful! Hold on tight to the ration box. I'm pretty sure that spider was more scared than you were, you coward. I guess we can put it down here. I'll be right back. I'll let Captain Foster know we're here. Captain Foster? I'm sorry to disturb you. My men and I have carried out the reconnaissance mission around the area as per your orders and have spotted no enemy presence. Nothing to report. The area is quite clear and quiet, except for the animals in their habitat. However, if I may suggest, Captain, it might be worth placing some men in a defensive position on Saddle Hill to prevent the enemy from seizing the strategic position. Thank you, Captain. So I gave him my report. Nothing out of the ordinary. I did, however, recommend that he dispatch some men up the hill before we find ourselves surrounded. Is there any ration left for me? Thank you. 5 days already passed, and I'd give anything not to have to eat that blasted canned meat. God, indeed. Much like my wife's cooking, even if I hadn't had the chance to taste them yet. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there, Ramesh. But yes, I haven't. It's quite a long story. I'll fill you in on it later. Ramesh? Is that how it's pronounced? I haven't had much opportunity to meet many Indians in England, so I'd hate to pronounce it incorrectly. Are you married, Ramesh? Me? For a little over a month now. That's not true, Ollie. I don't talk about her all the time. But even if I did, you wouldn't understand what it's like, you heartbreaker. You will eventually. One day, you'll want to experience what I'm feeling right now, and you'll wonder how you ever lived without it all the time. Which reminds me, what time does the post go out? Blimey! I've got to write my letter before the post goes. I'll be right back. If the captain's looking for me, tell him he can find me at the second headquarters. Good afternoon, Colonel Jones. Oh, no, I'm just using my break time to write a letter. Thanks all the same. Kohima, April 15th, 1944. My darling. I'm writing to let you know that we safely arrived in Kohima with only a few days of delay on April 10th. The journey was very eventful and included many stops for supplies and fuel. The weather conditions didn't make our travel any easier either, but we managed to reach our destination without losing any men, which is a great victory in itself. The conditions here are no picnic. The climate's very humid and hot, but fortunately it cools down a bit at night. I don't want you to worry though. We've still got rations for several weeks and our area is safe and has not been the target of any enemy attacks. Unfortunately, I can't tell you more about the military operations underway, except that there's a good chance we'll win and get home quickly. I can hardly wait. If only you knew how much I long for you. The memories of the last few weeks spent by your side keep lulling me to sleep at night like a sweet melody. I keep recalling the day that changed my life forever. The day you came into my life at that dance party on February 9th. The music echoed around the room in a lively rhythm. The crowd of civilians and soldiers seemed to be enjoying the few moments of respite that this war could offer us. But that night, all I could see was you.
Woohoo! Okay, chaps, check this out. I bet you can't do that, Ollie. Let me teach you a lesson. See, if you want to keep on seducing, you need to learn how to swing dance, mate. Girls just love it. Not bad, not bad. But you need to put more flow into it. You have to feel all the moves here. Yeah, now you got it. Hey, Johnny, give us a little drum solo, mate. Damn, you hear that? This man is good. Hey chaps, wait, where are you going? Is it break time already? Alright, but make it quick. I still have a few steps to show this little amateur here. Woo! I can't believe we finally got a leave of absence. If I had to spend one more weekend at the base, I'd have lost my mind. Hey, who's that lady over there? The lady in the black dress. Me neither. I don't think I've ever seen her at one of these dances. Do you think I stand a chance? She doesn't seem like the sort to readily accept an invitation to dance. She's looking over here? Wait, don't look now. Just pretend like we're having a normal conversation. Yes, we already are, but you know what I mean. Is she still looking? Well, that means I have a chance. Watch and learn. Good evening, love. Are you having a nice time? I'm glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Thomas Bennett. And you are? Not interested? What do you mean? Well, yes, but I saw you glancing in our direction earlier. I foolishly thought that it was a green light for me to come and talk to you. I didn't realize I was mistaken. Please forgive me for bothering you. I can't speak for all soldiers, but I can assure you we're not all the same. I'm a lieutenant of the British Royal Sussex Regiment. Don't let that title fool you. I'm mainly in charge of minor operations. And you, what is your profession? I find teaching to be a highly honorable profession personally, far more so than any military title. Well, first, I'd say teaching enables us to pass on the best possible values to our children. It's also a great way to ensure that the next generation has the strongest possible footing to construct a brighter future, particularly given the circumstances in which the country is currently immersed. We certainly do. Our forces are advancing on most fronts thanks to our allies, especially the French. I have no doubt that we will soon meet a free world again. At least, that's my hope. It looks like the band's back to playing. May I invite you to dance? Come on, just one dance, please. Will you allow me to place my hand on your back?
Thank you. If I may say so, you have the most sparkling eyes I've ever seen. No, I've only said that to you. I fear that other women can't measure up to what I'm seeing right now. Do you like jazz? Yes, I love it. But now I have come to love it even more. You'll probably think I'm being rather audacious, but I'd love to see you again if you don't mind. My best friend's father, who is also my comrade in arms in the same regiment, has a yacht. He sometimes lets us borrow it when we're on leave. We're planning a trip next weekend. Maybe you'd like to come along. There will be other soldiers, of course, but you could probably come with some friends. For it to be a date, it would have to be just you and me, love. It's more like an outing for people who want to get to know each other. I wouldn't want to put any pressure on you now that I know how you feel about soldiers. I'd rather prove to you that there are still some good ones out there. Ah, speaking of soldiers, here's that friend I was telling you about. Second Lieutenant Oliver Mitchell. Oliver, this is... Forgive me. I don't believe you mentioned your name. A beautiful name for a beautiful woman. I've invited her to join us on a little outing next weekend. Oh no, he won't mind. Tell her you don't mind her coming? See, don't worry about it. So, next Saturday, 3 p.m. on the harbor in front of the town hall? Yes, of course. Take your time to think about it. But I'd truly love to see you again. I hope you'll come. Yes, I understand. I wouldn't want you to head home after the blackout either. It could be unsafe. Perhaps you would like me to walk you home? All right. I'll wish you a pleasant evening then. Safe journey home. You've said it. Quite a character indeed. I will marry this woman, Ollie. It's either her or no one. Come on, let's head home. All right, mate. I've checked the electrical and navigation systems and everything's operational. Did you check the fuel levels, Ollie? Good. We shouldn't venture too far out to avoid attracting the attention of the Coast Guard. We might have one of the few boats in town that hasn't been requisitioned. The conditions look ideal. There's a 15-knot wind, good visibility, and the sea seems calm. No, let's wait a little longer. I'm sure she'll come. I know what time it is, Ollie, but she might have been delayed. I'm sure she'll come. She has to come. Have you finished loading the... Ah, look who's here. I've been waiting for you to weigh anchor. No need to apologize. Everyone can get held up somewhere. It's nothing. And who are these ladies with you? Pleasure to meet you, ladies. I'm Thomas, and this here is your captain for today, Oliver. Over there on the main deck are Mike, James, and Matthew. They're a bit shy at first, but you'll find they're quite entertaining once they warm up. Come along, let me help you up. I think we're ready to set sail, Ollie. Can I offer you something to drink? That said, I'm afraid all I've got is water. Matthew, can you get them some water? Go on, ladies. He'll look after you. I was thinking you could stay with me. I'd love to give you a tour of the boat, if you're interested. Come then. Here you're on the main deck, which is usually where we have our meals. Here you are on the foredeck with a panoramic view of the sea. I've seen some of the most beautiful sunsets here. Inside. You have the cabins. When you close the doors, everything becomes very quiet. Just like it is now. I'll show you around. There are 3 cabins in total. One to your right, one to your left, and one at the end of the corridor. They're not overly spacious, but they're equipped with all the comforts one could desire. A bathroom and a bed. We usually leave a few books there in case we're away for a while. Before war was declared, anyway. Yes, I do. Although I wouldn't say I'm an avid reader, but let's just say I've already read a good 10 books. Have you read any? Oh, do you? And what do you write? What sort of poems? Really? What
kind of taboo subjects. Well, now you've got me curious, love. Will I ever get the chance to read some of those taboo poems you can't say aloud? I hope so. Ah, we've stopped, which means Ollie has found a good spot. Fishing. The season is ideal for mackerel, sea bass, and all sorts of bottom fish. Have you ever been fishing? Come on then, I'll teach you. Were you able to prepare everything, Mike? Well done. There, I'll show you. Here you have the fishing rod. It's important to inspect the equipment before you use it, but Mike's already done that. I won't bore you with details like the blank or the rings. Just remember that the reel here is used to reel in the fishing line. There's a little crank just there to help you retrieve the line more easily once thrown. Go ahead and take one of the baits. Any bait. But if you're afraid of worms, take the artificial one in the box next to it. Very good. Now it's time to rig your line by attaching the bait to the hook and making sure that everything is properly secured. The line is well unwound, so you need to make sure it stays like that and doesn't get into knots. Yes, like this is perfect. Now, watch how Matthew throws his line. That's called casting. Do you think you could do it? I knew you would say that. Wait, your hands aren't in the right position. I'll show you. Here, you have to hold it firmly with one hand here on the cane. Can I? There, like that. Now the other hand on the reel. Yes, very good. Hold the rod firmly between your fingers for greater stability. Perfect. Now, visualize where you want to throw the line. Have you got it? I can feel you tremble, but don't be scared. I'm here. I'll throw it with you. Are you ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice one. Not bad for our first try. Now all we have to do is wait for it to bite. Fishing takes a lot of patience, darling. Yes, naturally. I know how to be patient. When it's worth it, at least. How about you? I understand perfectly what you mean. Sometimes I want something so intensely that I'd like to have it this instant. Like an uncontrollable urge, do you see? I don't doubt it. Yes, of course. If you want to wash your hands, you can go to the bathrooms in one of the cubicles I showed you earlier. Yes, certainly. If you can't remember the way, I'd be glad to come with you. We don't want you to get lost, do we? Here it is. I'll be waiting for you outside. Are you sure? If you insist. You're done already? Come on, I'll take you back upstairs. Sure. If you want to. We can stay here a bit longer. Are you feeling unwell? Could it be the boat? Oh, that's a relief then. So, what book are you currently My goodness. I won't even question this move, because I have wanted to kiss you from day one. Wait, I don't want you to think I'm one of those soldiers you met in the past. I'm not like them. You're right. It was you who kissed me. And please, call me Thomas or Tommy. My comrades in arms call me Lieutenant to create distance, but I wouldn't want any distance between us. Not now. You have no idea the effect you've had on me in such a short space of time. The way you've taken over my mind beyond all reason. Hold on. I never thought I'd say this, but I'd rather wait before, Well, because you're special, and I want to take my time. Moreover, I don't aim to frighten you, but I have no intention of letting you go just yet. So we've got a bit of time before we take that step. Does that seem right to you? Good. We should join the others. They're probably wondering where we've been. Come on, Lev. Hey, Smith. You haven't sent the mail out yet, have you? Yes, this letter. I know it's only supposed to go on next week's tour, but I'd really appreciate it if you could help me get it sent today. Look, I'll give you my chocolate bars for the week, and I also have the packet of cigarettes that came with my equipment. I don't smoke, so it's all yours. Great. Thanks a lot, mate. Much appreciated. With luck, you'll soon have it, my darling. I've been looking for you everywhere, Ollie. Where have you been? Well, did we get more rations than last time? Damn! And the next shipment won't be in for at least 2 weeks. If the rations keep dropping like this, we could well starve to death before we win this war. I know, but I would rather have my mail delivered faster. And if that means giving all my chocolate bars to Smith, then I'll do it without batting an eyelid. I just don't want her to have time to worry. That's all. Any news from Mike? Gosh, I hope he recovers. There's a reason we've been forced to apply that smelly cream. Dengue fever could kill even our best soldiers, and we can't afford to lose any more. The latest news is that the Japanese have brought in reinforcements. There are said to be over 15,000 of them now. What are you thinking? How would I know? I wasn't part of the detachment for the operation. But it's not for nothing that I recommended putting men on that damn Saddle Hill. They had to go through the West Pass, and once again, we were too slow to react. Now, our focus must be on safeguarding the cemetery and the hospital. I know we've lost a lot of men already, but what would you want? For us to give in and go home? I won't do that. I'll walk out of here dead or free. You're invincible, mate. You could likely win this war on your own. By the way, have you heard the news? I had some jerk had fun last night tying all the laces of the commander's shoes together. They've been furious all morning and are desperate to find out who did it. I bet when he gets found, he'll have a hell of a time. What? No, please, tell me that wasn't you, Ollie. A bit of fun. Do you know what'll happen if they find out you did it? And why did you tell me? Now I have to report you to the colonel. It depends. What are you offering me for my silence? You already owe me 5 quid. 3 days? All my chores. Deal. No need to thank me. You know I'd never turn you in. Come on, hurry up. It'll be lunchtime soon. Hey, chaps, what were you talking about? No, what's the news, Ramesh? About the shoes? What about Evans? Nellie the nurse? What about it? Is he ill? Oh, you mean with Nellie? Wow. Well, I've seen them talking a few times, but I didn't think he had eyes for her. I can see why he's always needing new plasters these days, but I'm not going to throw the book at him. If my wife was here, you would never see my face again. Yes, every day, mate. I miss her every day. Blimey! Is there ever a day where it doesn't rain in this town? What time is it, Ollie? Okay, I'll be back. I'm heading to HQ. Kohima, May 2nd, 1944. My darling, I trust this letter finds you well, and you have received my previous letters. Here we have very little news of what is happening in England, but the little I have heard seems to suggest that you are safe. I hope your parents are doing well too. Please tell your father I'll take him boating and fishing upon my return. I'm sure he'll be pleased. At times, I find myself transported back to that special day. The aroma of your mother's cooking lingering in my memories. I long for another opportunity to share a meal with you all, to bask in the warmth of your laughter, in the tenderness of your gaze. Why, even in the midst of all this filth, do I consider myself the luckiest man alive? Some people would surely treat me like a madman, but their opinions hold no sway over me. As long as I have you, nothing else matters. It was on that very night I first spoke those words to you. The same night, you stole all the sanity I had left. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me. I've been eager to share this place with you. I love coming to this hill. It's where you can see the most beautiful sunset in the city. No, unfortunately, I don't have the opportunity to come as frequently anymore, given the war and the limited leave I've been granted. However, in the past I would come here every weekend with my father when he was still with us. Oh, no, he's not dead. He just left. But that was many years ago. I was a young boy when it happened. By the time I was old enough and got my driving license, my mother gave me the keys to the car he left behind. Do you like it? Thank you. I've spent a lot of time looking after it. It's quite rare for an Austin 7 to last this long, you know. I don't normally drive it too much, especially with the petrol shortages. But I thought tonight would be a special occasion worth taking it out for a spin. Now it's your turn. I want to hear all about you. Such as, for example, your dreams. Do you have any? Yes, of course, opening a school counts as a dream. Where would you like to open it? That would be great. I'm sure the town will need more schools once the war's over. Why couldn't you? I see. The status of women in the country has improved a lot in recent years, but you're right. There's still a lot to be done. No, I don't think so. I believe that a woman is just as capable of running a school as a man, and I surely know you're more than capable. Do you still live with your parents? No, I live in a small house that I was able to afford a few years ago. I'd be happy to show it to you, if you're interested. We could go tomorrow morning, if you don't have any plans. I'd love to show it to you before I leave. Yes. I realize it was clumsy of me not to mention it earlier, but yes, I'm leaving soon on a mission to the Burmese border near India. In about 2 weeks. It's difficult to say. It depends on how long it takes to secure the city. Are you sad that I'm leaving? Yes, I understand how sudden it is for you, but please, look at me. For the moment, I'm here with you, love, and I intend to treasure every moment we have together. Please don't worry about it, okay? Look, the sun's going down. It's breathtaking, isn't it? I wish I could have the power to stop time at this exact moment. Love, I pray to God to give me the strength to fight my desire, because I need you so desperately right now. Are you sure this is what you want? Please tell me, because I no longer have the strength to resist you. Thank God. That was... I was going to say mind-blowing, but amazing works just as well. God, how am I supposed to leave now that I know what's waiting for me here? Now that I know what I'll be missing. My love, if I could stay here and spend my days caring for you, I'd do it in a heartbeat, and I'd make sure my name is the only one leaving this beautiful mouth. Would you wait for me, though? You'd better. You don't know this yet, but I can be quite possessive when it comes to the people I care about the most. Do you realize how stunning you look at this moment? Yes, even sweaty. Even more so when I know why. Love, please marry me. Yes, I know it might not be the most romantic proposal, and you deserve roses and me on my knees, but the timing just feels right to me. Marry me, and I promise to be a devoted and loving husband, and to make you happy. Is that a yes? God, I will make you the happiest wife. Is this your house? What is your father's occupation again? Finance, is it? Now I understand why you live in a castle. Maybe to you, but next to my house, it looks like one. Are you sure you want to marry me? Even if I worked really hard, I'm not sure I could ever promise you a place like this. Me too. As long as I have you, nothing else matters. Do you really have to go home now? Okay, Oliver's probably waiting for me as well. He sleeps at my house when he's on leave. It's a long story, but he hasn't been talking to his mother for a while now. But I don't mind. Oliver's like a brother I never had. He and I are like life and death. 10 years. We caused a lot of trouble in our youth. And then, when everything unraveled, we enlisted in the army together. I plan to ask him to serve as my best man. Actually, I wish to uphold tradition and ask your father for your hand. Would you tell him I want to meet him? As soon as possible if he can. Darling, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit nervous about meeting your father, especially when I know where you live now. But I'm ready to face him. I'm sure about how I feel for you. I just hope that's enough to win him over. And you, what are you feeling? You like me? I
I don't know what to say. No, well, yes. Let's just say I was anticipating something a bit more forceful. I wouldn't know. Something along the lines of, I can't live without you. You're the ink in my boat. Sorry, I'm sure not as good at poetry as you. Really? You wrote me a poem? Do you have it with you? Can I see it? Why shouldn't I? You have it with you, but I can't see it. You're quite the tease today, my love. You know I hate it when you call me that. Are you trying to kill me tonight? Then let me have a look at that poem. Please, I'd truly love to read it. Thank you. Is your poem about those taboo subjects that you can't say out loud? Fine, I'll find out as I read it, I suppose. Let's see. Well, that's, What? No, I'm not blushing. Maybe, but you can't blame me. I have to say, I didn't expect you to be so inspired by, these taboo subjects. Do you have many of these? Can I have them all? Come on, I'd love to read some more. I really loved the part where you explained how you would have liked me to... What? No one can hear us in here. Don't be so paranoid. Fine, I won't say any of this out loud. Thank you. I love it. I'll bring it with me to Kohima and read it whenever I need a bit of help picturing all those things I can't pronounce. There's one thing in that poem I can actually say out loud, though. You said you loved me. Yes, you did. Don't deny it. I've got the proof right here in my hand. Nothing, I just love you too. You should head home now. I wouldn't want your father thinking I'm corrupting his daughter before he's even had the chance to meet me. Good night, love. Nothing. I was just reading a note. It's none of your business, Ollie. Come on. Come on. Give it back. No, that's enough. Give it back. God, you really do act like a child sometimes. Don't you have anything else to do? Like my chores, for example? You'd better do them tomorrow before I change my mind. Got any interesting news? No, not about Evans. Our current operations, you moron. That's strange. Because it's awfully quiet today. I don't like it. I mean, usually not a day goes by without some kind of offensive from their side, and today, nothing. Don't you think that's weird? But it's not like all their troops need to rest up at the same time. No. My gut's telling me there's something more to this. I think there might be something going on. Telling the captain wouldn't do much good. When I mentioned the hill, it hardly made a dent, did it? And what would I say? That my intuition gives me the creeps because I think something terrible is coming? No. I'd rather wait and watch. Keep your eyes open, though. And let me know if you spot anything out of the ordinary. Good. How long has it been since you've showered? Mate, I love you, but it's just not possible anymore. I know it's not your fault. I've got some bottled water that'll do the job if you want.
Come on then, I'll give them to you. Perhaps it was you who scared off all the Japanese after all. You'd be our secret weapon.
So take my hand and we can dance. Don't have to come down. Let's make this last. You are home to me. Home so sweet. Home. We are home and I am home with you tonight.